Hello and welcome to Unikronn's Gaming. Today it's all about Captain Commando. I used to play this a lot back in the day, and so I want to make a video on it. Just a quick brief history. Captain Commando is a 1991 Capcom brawler. Obviously it's developed and published by Capcom for the arcade, and is later ported to several other platforms. I played the PlayStation 1 version and I loved it. Apparently it was the 17th game produced by the company's CPS-1 system hardware. The game stars obviously the main guy there, Captain Commando. He's some sort of superhero. Think of like Captain America, very comic book-esque. He was originally conceived as a fictional spokesperson that was going to be used by Capcom USA in the company's console games during the late 1980s, apparently. Well, obviously, plans must have changed. Obviously, this game is on so many systems. Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle. It's on their arcade systems as well. Bundles on the arcade systems. All sorts of collections on PS. What's this on? This is on PS1, PS2. I believe it's on Xbox. I know it's on PS4, Switch, PC, yada yada yada, Windows, you name it, man. Snes, it's on everything. Even though I haven't played the Snes version before, and I probably will look at that one as well. Anyway, that's a brief history of Captain Commando. So, for this video, I'm playing this on a PlayStation 5 Pro, using the PS4 game Capcom Arcade Stadium, which houses tons of their games on there, and Captain Commando is one of them. This is Capcom Arcade Stadium 1. There's two of them on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So obviously this is just having a quick look at the manual, took some screenshots. So you can see this is how to play the game, basically. So you can pause at any point, you can read it. I've now, since making this video, obviously played the Snes version, and I'll be talking about that, comparing it to the arcade version, because I believe that was the first port. So yeah. Oh, look at that, riding robots or mechs. Game manual. Anyway, let's get on to the game. Since this game came out in 1991, for me, this was that second big brawler after Final Fight. Obviously, Final Fight took just people who was into the arcade games and scene by storm. Those huge sprites, and it's become infamous by now. But this, to me, was my favorite Capcom non-licensed brawler, shall we say. Yeah, as soon as I started playing it, I loved everything about it. Obviously, because the first time I saw the game, I realized you could pick a ninja. Come on, if you're gonna pick a ninja, I'm there. I just have to be. So yeah, this was the second ninja that Capcom presented to me after Strider. So yeah. And what's it called? Ginzu, the ninja, or the ninja commando. So yeah, or Jinzu. It's probably Jinzu, to be honest, not Ginzu. Anyway, pronunciations aside, yeah. So that's what attracted me initially to the game. You can choose up to 4 characters in the game: Baby, Mummy, Captain Commando, or Jinzu. This is a 1 to 4 player game. I'm only doing it 1 player just to show you guys here. There's multiple weapons to pick up. You know, you can smash cans and stuff and get street meat. There you go. Nothing for the vegetarians among you. It's all beef. You can get in mechs, as you can see here. Wonderful. Oh, and I just love the first stage. This is probably one of the best first stages of any beat 'em up to date. The fact that it introduces so much to you, and a decent first boss as well that won't steal all your credits. It's just fantastic. And I love the fact that you could play the mech, or sorry, jump in a mech and have access to all these weapons as well on the first boss. The most I've actually ever played this game is 2 player. Well, on the arcade. I've actually done a free play on a home system, but that was on the PlayStation 1, which was back in the day when I used to play that alongside Metal Gear Solid. But anyway, we saved that for a later chapter. But yes, I just wanted to talk about the gameplay first and show you some nice little touches when it comes to gameplay from the arcade. For gameplay, I love the fact that it's up to 4 players. Oh, you know, even though I'm talking about gameplay, look at this. You've got them buff bitches there in arseless chaps and showing a lot of cleavage. Great, fantastic. Yeah, let's get back to gameplay now. I like the fact you can run. Every brawler you should be able to dash or run. I don't understand why if they make a brawler and you don't, it's just nonsense to me. That's my favorite thing about brawlers, running in there and cracking some skulls. You've got your standard just smashing attack, and they do, I don't know, up to like a 5 or 6 hit combo, and the last hit always floors people. That's always nice. The hit detection is probably spot on for this type of game. It's really good. You can't really go by the shadows too much, because sometimes you think to yourself, oh, I'm on the same level as them, but your area of attack is generally broader. He gave me a power driver, like Zangief, you swine. You've also got a dashing attack as well. His one is the foot, and if you do it in the air, they give you another dashing attack as well, which is really nice. The game is nice and violent. You get to see, okay, look at this. I didn't notice this until I did this for the video. I didn't notice you could daze people like Street Fighter 2. I gave that guy a combo, and look, when he gets up, he's dazed. He's got stars, just like Street Fighter. Didn't even realize that was in the game. I don't know how he got fried there, but you know, I don't mind. And also that move there is your get off me move. Everyone's got one of those. It's just, you know, just an invincible move just to clear everyone off you. Once again, I'm a fan of most beat 'em ups or brawlers should have that incorporated into their gameplay, because most brawlers are teeth and you need a move so you don't get bum rushed, basically. So yeah. And here's Ginzu the ninja, or Jinzu. Here's another thing that I like here. Blood. A nice little bit, not overly aggressive, but now it is. And I love the decapitation and the fact that there's blood in there as well. Great. Really like that as well. Makes him stand out from Captain Commando or the baby. And then the fact that you can pick up quite a few weapons. There's guns, there's a ray gun, there's a ninja star. If some of the other characters pick up the ninja star, they can only just throw it once, but because Jinzu is a ninja, he can throw it multiple times. So that's pretty cool. Look at the samurai I'm fighting here. I want to show you a nice touch here with the samurai. Look, his sword is now broken. That's a really cool touch. They didn't have to do that, but it's really nice, and it makes the game stand out, makes it a bit special. So yeah, overall playability is great. There's no chain combo moves. You're just playing with other people. So yeah, that's about it really. Yeah, really cool when it comes to gameplay. Oh, and here's what I was talking about with the ninja star. Anybody else, they would have lost it after that, but Jinzu can continuously use it up to, I think, is it 4 or 5 times? What's this? That's the 3rd time. And what we're doing here, that's 4, yep, 5 times you can use it. So yeah, really nice. My favorite part about the gameplay, to be honest, is the mechs. The fact that you can get in one that can just bulldoze people and beat the crap out of them. You've got a fire and ice, basically Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, really. So you got 3 of them, and that makes it stand out. And obviously there's rocket launchers there, a la the movie Commando. So yeah, machine guns as well. So it's just, I think it's really cool. And at that time, for me, there was nothing to compare to this, and hence why it was my favorite Capcom brawler. And to be honest, it still is. And that's favorite unlicensed Capcom brawler. So yeah. When it comes down to the visuals, for me, this is a spectacular game. I love the art direction of this game. Bright, colorful, multiple varied enemies, and they're not just plain color swaps. They might change their head or something like that. Like you see with the ninjas, they're just really cool. The bosses look good. The main characters that you control, their animation is great. Good parallax scrolling. Yeah, varied backgrounds. So it's just, oh look, his days there as well. He had pink stars above his head. Yeah, I mean, these guys remind me of like wannabe Foot Clan members, but it's just really good artwork and characterization. And all the characters that you pick stand out as well from the background, so that's also a good thing. None of them blend in. Yeah, it's just, I don't have anything negative to say about the graphics or the graphic style with this game. It to me is pure CPS1 goodness. It's just, yeah, great, fantastic. Nothing negative to say at all. I'd say from an audio perspective, this game is not as strong as, say, Street Fighter or any of the Street Fighter games, but it's still got its own unique sound. Some of the enemy screams when they're getting hurt and stuff is very generic, but I do love the announcer when you continue and you pick a character with like Captain Commando. That guy sounds really cool. The actual sound effects for the hits and stuff and the explosions are nice and weighty. They sound really good. They've done some good mixes in the studio, and then obviously that came across once they put it onto the CPS1 board. Sounds really clear and crisp. I really do like it. The sound effects for the actual hits and stuff, like, they're actually different. Like the dashes and stuff, like when Jinzu dashes you can hear his feet. When Baby dashes you can hear like machinery, like, I don't know, like a shopping trolley or something like that. It just sounds, or like a milk float if you lived in England, you know, like the electric little milk floats we've got for the guys who deliver milk, you know, like the milkmen. So it's nice, different sounds. So yeah, I think the audio is really nice and crisp. Background music, I really do like it. I really do like it. And I know it's Captain Commando, but I can understand if people wouldn't know what it is if they hear it, whereas you would know anything else from like Final Fight First Stage or, I don't know, Street Fighter 2. But yeah, it does the job. It's really cool. It's really nice. Overall, as a package, I just think this is a really strong brawler. It's one of the older ones, but I still think it's one of their better brawlers. The only thing that would have been, I say, an improvement overall, I suppose nowadays if the sprites were bigger, but could you have had as many sprites on screen without it slowing down? I don't know. Probably not. If you had team up moves a la Streets of Rage 1, I think, is it in Streets of Rage 4 as well, or Streets of Rage 3, where you got you got co-op moves, that would have been nice. But yeah, that to me would have been the only thing that could have improved it. Even on the arcade, this wasn't the hardest brawler, so you could get quite far on limited credits. So again, really nice and really cool. As for my history with this game, I first played this in my local area in East London. It was just one of those games, just like Final Fight, it was almost everywhere. Kebab shops, chip shops, corner shops, any place with more than 3 or 4 arcades, this was almost guaranteed to be one of them, especially if Final Fight wasn't. I saw this being played 2-player multiple times. Until I went to like the big arcades in, say, like Trocadero or even one of the Play to Wins in West End or Namco Wonder Park, I never saw this being played more than 2-player machine. I didn't actually know it was a 4-player machine until I used to go to the West End and I saw it there in a corner somewhere. But yeah, so this was around about 20 pence per credit at that time. Yeah, and it was just played a lot. It was very popular. Most people knew of Captain Commando. It wasn't regarded as like, okay, it's better than Final Fight, but most people genuinely did really like it. And there was people that I saw that tried to 1 credit the game. I didn't see it successfully done, but I know they did. I always liked it. I thought the gameplay was spot on. I thought hit detection was great, graphics were great, sound was great, and it stood out. Yeah, it was just a great looking arcade game. So I played it almost anywhere I could. especially for the time. Because I think what would have been around, maybe World Warrior, if that. But this game just stood out. It was great. But unfortunately, it was one of those games where people want the home version, but it didn't. I don't think this came out on the 8-bit micro PCs or the 16-bit micro PCs. I don't believe so. So it's just, again, we talked about we didn't really get to own, and I never owned the Snes version at all. To be honest, I didn't know there was a Snes version until after I owned the PlayStation 1 version. So yeah, I have to say that I did really, really like the PS1 version. I don't know if anything was cut out or missing. From what I remember, apart from a little bit of loading here and there, to me it seemed like it was the perfect port. I had a multi-tap, but the most I could get out of it was free player. I have read since that to get up to 4 players running, you had to have a Game Genie, or what was the other thing that people had at that time? I think it was called a Game Shark. I only ever saw Game Genie in the UK. I don't know if Game Shark was just an American thing or North American thing, but Game Genies were sold over here from Game, the video game store, and other places. But yeah, I know with a code you could import and you could get the 4-player mode running, but just as putting in the game and trying to get it to run, it wasn't there. We had 3-player, but not 4-player. I don't know how well it ran on a PlayStation in 4-player, because obviously we know with bitmap graphics or pixel graphics, PS1 games with animation and stuff, sometimes it would slow down. So I don't know how well it ran in 4-player. But I know in 3-player, it seemed okay. I had no problems from what I remember. But yeah, I love that PlayStation 1 version. I used to play that when I had enough of Metal Gear Solid, because sometimes Metal Gear Solid would just, it was odd. It was different, especially that Psycho Mantis battle when I didn't know at the time to move the controller to port 2. So I'd get fed up and I'd just put in a bit of Captain Commando. So yeah, that was my history with it and the PlayStation 1 version. I chose to put the arcade ending in here simply because I actually think it's a really good ending. It's not just a couple pictures, game over, and then putting more credits to play again. It actually gave like a little bit of a story, and it was nice. Once again, a bit like a comic. So yeah, so that was really cool, and I was pleasantly surprised. Obviously, I'd only ever seen it in the PlayStation version. That's the first time I saw it. I never completed this in the arcade, but I just thought I'd just show the ending there because, you know, it was really good. And then they showed bits like this. So you can see the animation and the attacks from the characters. Really, really cool sprite work and animation. I just think it's so nice. Really diverse set of characters there. My favorite is obviously Junzi, and then I'd say the Mummy. Apart from in the Marvel vs games, I think they should have put them in more games. This game should easily have had a sequel. I don't know why it didn't get a sequel, but you know, Capcom had so many brawlers coming out after this, so there's probably no need to, especially as they got licensed stuff. But yep, there's my name. Now I'm just gonna show you the SNES version, but before that, let's have a look at some artwork from the game. First up, we've got the 4 characters that you can choose. It's a really nice artwork for them. Some more detailed artwork, close-ups, portraits. And there's the man himself, Captain Commando, looking really cool. And now in different poses. Look at the baby outside of the mech suit. These are some of the enemies. Really cool artwork for them. It's probably like a Saturday morning cartoon. It's just really cool. And there's some more of the enemies. Look at them ninjas. God damn it, those are some cool ninjas. And these are some of the boss characters. Really, really good. Alright, now for the SNES version. This is the first time I'm playing it. So, yeah. Here's your character selection screen. Very much like the arcade. You can only do this game up to 2 players. You can't do 3 or 4 player. The presentation and the graphics, they're good. They're quite decent. Apart from the portraits, I mean, look at the portraits. Why does it look like it was done on a Game Boy Color? I don't know. Compare that to the arcade. Portraits are ugly as hell. But the general sprites, they're missing some animation. The enemy sprites is also missing some animation. But they generally look as close to the arcade as I suppose you could get. By the way, this is a 16 meg cartridge that this game was on. So yeah, I mean, I believe that's the same as World Warrior on the Snes. So you can still fit quite a bit of information in there. Unfortunately, some stuff had to be cut. But graphically, it's a decent representation of the arcade game. So yeah, animations there. Some of the parallax not particularly there. Even some of the backgrounds have been dumbed down, but it's a decent representation. I think they've done well using the cartridge size, and obviously, and I don't know if this is a rarity for the Snes, but it's 2-player at the same time. I know some of the brawlers on the Snes wasn't. Obviously, Final Fight wasn't. Well, both versions of Final Fight wasn't. Audio-wise, things sound muffled and compressed. I don't like them, and the sound effects obviously have been changed somewhat. But it just doesn't sound as nice or as crisp as arcade. It sounds okay, but it's missing a lot of speech and a lot of the sound effects. It's just missing a lot. So yeah, it's not really for me. To be honest, the audio, I was let down. To be honest, you can see me here running up and down, and the reason I'm running up and down is, well, basically gameplay. It's butchered. It's just butchered. I mean, where's the mech? Look, where's the guns that you can get hit? The whole first stage boss, but you have to have new tactics for it. It's not the arcade. And also, I mean, look at this. Ready? Look. You can't go by the shadows because they're too weird. But look, we're on different planes here. I'm not hitting him, but yes, he's hitting me. What's going on with the hit detection? And I used my get off me move. That didn't work. But somehow I've grabbed him. The gameplay spoils this port, basically. It's not the one. It doesn't feel or play like the arcade, in my opinion. I mean, that's good. I splattered him against the wall. That's fine. He's hit me there. You know, bosses do stupid things. But look. Here we go. Watch this. And look, that kick still goes far enough where it should have hit. But it didn't. Let's rewind that. We're sort of on the same plane here. Look at our shadows. But somehow, no matter if I've taken off the shadows, because it doesn't make sense. And something else here. Look, there we go. Look, the flame. I don't know whose hitbox is wrong there, but that flame was out there long enough to make some sort of connection. Look, nothing. Crazy. The hit detection on this game is all over the place. It comes and goes. I mean, here I was going to go after him, and I thought, nah, let me turn around and leave Dog and hit and Wookie. But Dog is hitting me. I don't know how, but yet so now my get off me move works. The hit detection is funky as, I don't know. Michael Jackson not doing no moonwalk on the, I don't know, Motown 25th anniversary. It just has to happen. But this is just wrong. All types of wrong. Look, when it comes to brawlers or scrolling beat 'em ups, if the hit detection is off, the game's broken. There's no point. That's the most important thing. And therefore, this game is just not good. It doesn't work when it's supposed to work. Also, look at other censorship here. You know, these buff bitches here. Why are they not wearing arseless chaps? And why isn't their cleavage out more? Excuse me, where's my arseless chaps? And where's the cleavage? And look, there you go. Look, you see the flame thing I was talking before? Look at this. How did it hit them up there? It's nowhere near her head. But it hit her, but on the boss it didn't hit. Crazy hit detection. And Hold on, wait. Have we noticed any blood at all? Is this more Nintendo sensory? Where's the blood? I mean, we can set someone alight, but from what I've noticed, there hasn't been much blood. You know what? There's not enough skin here being shown by them women there. The buff bitches need to show more skin. Arseless chaps, people. We need arseless chaps and more cleavage. Anyway, yeah, look, here's Ninja, Jinzu. Yeah, I'm noticing a severe lack of blood. So obviously we've got him. He has a sword. We should start seeing some blood. Okay. Let's see if we, look, sword attacks, no blood. Pitiful looking explosions there. At least I got animation for her throwing the bombs. But look, no blood. No. Something is definitely wrong there. Terrible censorship. Look, that character is she dead? I'm not too sure she died there. Yeah, she did die. I didn't cut her in half though. That character's dead, no cutting in half. So no slicing people in half and no blood from the ninja. This game is being made to look very generic. It's just they've taken the special elements or the things that were different about Captain Commando away, and they've made the playability worse. The sound isn't great, so it's just got graphics alone, which I suppose are good, but look how limited we are for sprites on screen. So what if we had 2-player mode, we've had one more sprite on screen, so the maximum you're going to have is 3 enemies on screen at once? Yikes. Okay, I'm going to speed this up because I want to show you something else that was cool in the arcade, but it's not cool here. Alright, let's get back down to normal speed. Bam. Look, one more hit for him. Or was it 2 more hits? His sword is still not broken. Remember the samurai? Look, he's dead. I think he's dead. His sword didn't break. You know, all the little nice touches that made Captain Commando stand out. It's just not here in this game. Or in this port, sorry. And the port is a lot easier than the arcade. I played both of them on the default normal. As you can see here, there's just not enough sprites to fight it. And this here, this is sacrilege. This game stands out for the mechs. This part here doesn't even have mechs. There's no mechs in this game. So we're talking what? A 16 meg cartridge. This was released in 1995. It's up to 2 players. There's less enemies on screen, no mechs. It's censored as hell because you ain't got arseless chaps and there's less cleavage around. It's just, it's you know, the arcade version is the proper version. Obviously, this is like, I don't know, them. If you got 2, you know those things where, oh no, 2 cousins are way too close and they had a relationship when they had a child. This is that child. You know, sort of like a deformation of what the proper thing's supposed to look like. This is that child. It's just not right. It's just not. It's an abomination. It's just like, no, what the hell is going on? You and your sister should not have had a kid. This port is that kid. It's just, on so many levels, no, just no. I mean, look at the portraits. Look how ugly they are. He spoiled it. I mean, this came out in 95. At this time, we had what, Super Street Fighter 2 on the Snes? Look how good that looks. Yes, I know it's probably a 32 meg cartridge or something, but and Mortal Kombat 2 was looking good. This, no, did they have Mortal Kombat 3 on the SNES at this point as well? I don't know, but the fact is, things had moved on, and if this is all you could squeeze out of a 16 meg cart, I'm sorry, this is not the one. This is how you do this to the game that I like and love so much. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think it's just a matter of 3 enemies on screen at once. There's a point in on this stage in the arcade version where you fight 2 of those bosses. I can't remember the names of them, and they shoot out spikes. And there's 2 of them at the same time. On here, I noticed that you could only give me 1 at a time. So you beat one with a random enemy beside him. And then once he's dead, his brother comes out and you have to fight him. I was like, wait, they're supposed to come out at the same time, but they just don't. You know, it's just, if you're not going to do things right, perhaps you shouldn't just do them at all. And that's what this game comes down to. It's just some bastardization of Captain Commando. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm almost done. I mean, what else? Literally, what else can go? Excuse me. How did I die there? How did, you know? Can we rewind that? Can we rewind that? Where did the barrel hit me? We're not even on the same level. Look at the shadow of the barrel. Nowhere near. And I didn't even get a hit mark, but it killed me. The hit detection. You know, I'm done. I'm done. There's no point in talking about this port. This port is doo-doo. Or as one of my godchildren says, was it bum cheeks or arse cheeks? That's what this is. This is just cheeks. This is arse. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video. I'm out. Peace.